Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to our live Lucidya May Masterclass. So just give us a few more minutes for a couple more people to join, and we'll start shortly. So make sure you're settled in, you take your time, you grab your coffee, get comfortable, and then we'll get started pretty soon. Thank you. Welcome to all those that are joining us now. We'll just give it one more minute. I see there's a lot of people still in the lobby, so as soon as they're in, we'll begin our presentation. Thank you.
Amazing.
Excellent. We'll get started now. Thank you everybody for joining us today. Our main goal for today is for you to leave the session with a clearer view of how customer complaints, especially those coming from social media channels, can be turned into clear, trackable support tickets that can be managed and closed from one place. That means without switching between platforms or losing details in between teams. If this is your first time attending a Lucidya Masterclass, welcome everybody. As I said earlier, we usually like to think of these sessions as sort of summary sessions. We have no fluff, no long theory, just the key ideas, the practical applications, and the answers to the most important questions you might have. We like to run these sessions for about 20-25 minutes max. We'll leave questions to the end, so please feel free to hit the question button and give us or send us your questions, and we'll be sure to answer those at the end if we have time. If we don't get to your questions, sometimes we have a lot of questions, we'll make sure to answer them one-on-one. So let me just do a quick introduction of Lucidya and myself, and then my teammates here. So before we dive into today's topic, let me just do a quick short introduction of Lucidya if this is your first time. So Lucidya is an AI native platform for customer experience intelligence that manages entire customer life cycles autonomously from initial engagement through to retention and growth. And today, with the launch of Lucidya ticketing system, we're taking this one step further. What this means is we're identifying and understanding how customer interactions work, from managing, operating, and closing them within a clear workflow. In other words, it's no longer only about knowing what a customer complained, it's about knowing what happens after the complaint. Who handled it? Where does it stand? Was it resolved? And how efficiently it was closed. So, on that note, let me introduce the topic and our speakers today. So, the topic, as I said, is how to deliver the instant resolution to customer complaints with Lucidya's new ticketing system. So, in this session, we'd like to take you through a quick walkthrough of Lucidya's new ticketing system that helps us turn social listening outputs into support tickets, then manage, track, and close them from one single place. Joining today are my colleagues from Lucidya. First, we have Hind. She's the customer success manager at Lucidya. Hind will share a perspective that is very close to our customers. What challenges do we hear from them? and why was there a clear need for this specific product. And we also have Yasser, who is our product manager at Lucidya. Yasser will take us closer into the ticketing system itself, explain how it works, and highlight, of course, the practical value it brings to the teams. So welcome, team. Before we kick off, I just want to do a quick poll. It takes about 30 seconds to a minute, and then we'll get going. So let me just pull the poll up on the screen for you, and then we'll do a quick feedback. So the poll should be launched. So the poll question is basically, what is the biggest challenge teams usually face with support ticketing systems? Basically, we have 4 options here: delayed ticketing or delayed ticket handling due to the lack of alerts and automated escalation, unclear ticket ownership between agents or responsible teams, customer data scattered across multiple channels, or customers not knowing the ticket status or resolution stages. So let's look at the live poll results. So delayed ticket handling due to the lack of alerts and automated escalations, this seems to be running number 1. And a few here for customers not knowing the ticket status or resolution stages. Okay, so delayed ticket handling it is. Excellent. Thank you, everybody who participated. Let me just close this quickly. We also asked the same question to our LinkedIn audience, and the answer leaned towards the first option, just like here, which is basically what we saw. So it was 47%, followed by the last option on the screen there that we had at 22%. So let me transition to Hind. So thank you for those that participated in the poll. Like I said, it's clear that these challenges are connected. And this is exactly why having a system that does more than just create tickets is important. It needs to organize the entire journey of the case. Hind, since you work closely with our customers and their teams, let's start with you. What have we been hearing from customers, and why has the ticketing system been one of the most requested needs?
First of all, thank you so much for joining this masterclass. Regarding, I'm talking like in the name of all my customers. Here, as you can see, even from the results, you can see it from 2 different point of views. If I see it from the point of view of me as a customer of this company or any other company, it's that I don't know what's going on with my ticket. I don't know what stage that I have to follow up with them. It makes me lose even maybe trust in them. I don't feel there's organization in it because. Again, I don't know the status of what's going on. Internally, it's even a bit more messy because, first of all, there is no a proper coordination between the teams. I have to take the issue that's going on, for example, on any social media, take it to the ticketing system that I have internally or anything, or even coordinate through other platforms with my team, see who should take care of this. So this is, if you can see the steps that you have to do, is a lot of back and forth between the teams. Then the second of all, I don't know what's going on with this issue. I need to follow up with them and get back to the customer. So if you can imagine, here we don't have only lack of coordination, we have time, which is a lot of time that we spend on doing all this. The client doesn't know what's going on. So from my client's perspective, what they wanted, since majority of them, I can say maybe 100% of all customers that has OmniServe, they always request the ticketing system part so we can have the full flow of the request from the moment that we receive the engagement from the client until the moment that the client could know what's going on with their ticket. And from my side, through OmniServe, I can close the ticket or make it like just pending resolution from ticketing system. I have another department taking care of that. So everything, the flow is way easier and smoother. So that's why I was very, very excited to have find a ticketing system in Lucidya that will literally complete the flow for our customers, not only for public or for our direct or private engagement, but also public engagements, basically. So yeah, and I will have a lot of questions for Yasser, inshallah, whenever I get started with it, as a client, basically.
Excellent, excellent. That's a great point that you made. I think that having one single platform where you can basically track from basically top of funnel to bottom of the funnel and have that full loop closed of customer service is an amazing step. Thank you for that. Thank you, Hind. This is a very important point. So the real value is not only in receiving the complaint. It's in making sure that every complaint has a clear path, a defined owner, and a measurable outcome, as you mentioned. Now, I'd like to move to Yasser. Yasser, let's get deeper into the product itself, and I'm sure that Hind and I will have questions as you go through it. So, how does Lucidya's ticketing system work, and how does it help teams turn complaints into cases that can be managed, tracked, and closed all in one space?
Yeah. Hey, Hind. Hey, Vanya. Thank you for your introduction. So let's get onto your answers. Right. Let me share my screen.
Sure.
Yeah. Let me know once you can see it.
We have it.
All right. So mainly, as for those who don't know Lucidya, I will give you a quick brief. We have the monitoring, we have the OmniServe, and we have ticketing. As I will mention these only three because they are related to the ticketing system out of the Lucidya suite. So mainly what happens is usually we have monitors, the channels or monitors to track social media, what's posting is happening, what's happening on certain channels or keywords that we want to track. On the OmniServe channel is the OmniServe is the area where we interact with the clients. Any comments we see, any comments we get on our monitors or our channels, we get to respond to them, reply to them, and see how the connected accounts we have and the interactions happening. We call these engagements. And the new introduced product, which is the ticketing system, which is the new area that we are providing to bridge the gap between social media posting and the operational needs of the business. So here I've created, so I will give you a quick case study, then we can go down deeper within within the ticketing system. So what I've done here is I've created an account, Feather Flights. I've created a post and connected it to Lucidya. And from there, I've added from another account a comment here. So if we jump into Lucidya, you can see if I come here, there is a new engagement and we can see it as here. So here we have the post that on our account, and here we have a response to it, and here we can see the sentiment. So here we can reply to this user. We will get this fixed to you, and maybe we can send it as a DM, for example, and we press send. But for me, as someone who's handling social media postings, I might not have the authority to handle all of this data here as we are seeing.
Mhm.
So what we will be doing is I want to assign it to someone else. So here we have a ticket related to this engagement, but let's create another one. So it's an issue with the flight disruption as I see here. So I will select a flight disruption. Ticket template, keep the templates idea in your mind. I will come to this. Here we will mention like flight disruption with client. Let's take this and mention like it's called Yasser Rijal, and it's a high priority, and the preference language is in English. So you click next. Here what we will do is fill in the name, the email, for example, or phone number, depends on whatever you want. For example, I want to select Yasser's team, and the agent, I want to assign it to someone who's called Yasser. So here I have predefined template as you've seen I selected earlier, and it has items related to flight disturbance. So for example, here we have the booking reference. I can copy it. Here the flight number, I will take it from here. The reason is a missed connection, and number of affected people is 1. So I click create. Here now I have a new ticket. The new ticket will be sent to a new system, is the ticketing system. Now we are moving from a social media post down to a operational work item. So as you can see here, this is the ticketing area. Here we have the ticketing management area, tickets, analytics, and configurations. We will come to these. Here now you can see the ticket that we received. This is the ticket created. And here you can see the related posting that happened. If I click on it, I can go back to OmniServe and check the context if I need. Here you can see there is a submission area that's happening at the moment, and the status updates happens here. And here there is the ticket details. So everything I filled within earlier stage, you can see the ticket title, the ticket description, and priority, and the other fields that I filled already. Here we can also mention our team members if there is a need for that for operational work or something. And in this area, we can see the activity logs and we can connect tickets if needed. So also I have these statuses. Here you can see that there are multiple substatuses. These ones can be added to based on the template. Okay, so for example, I set it to ongoing rebooking in progress. So what's happened at the moment is I come to this email, I find out that, so we received a new ticket. Here I'm seeing it from the perspective of the client. So if I press here.
So this is the customer email, correct?
Exactly, the end customer, the one who's complaining.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so what's happened with them in parallel is they received an email telling them that there is an issue, the issue that you reported. Here's a link for it. All right.
So they can track basically in real time, they can track if the issue is being resolved, how it's being worked on, and so forth.
Exactly. So here, as you can see, I requested a code. So here we got the code, we take it, jump in. And here you can see, what did I do here? All right. So if I put it an ongoing or rebooked compensation, whatever compensation issued, status updates here. You are on the next slide and it will be resolved. Everything happens here. It will update directly for the end user, while we can take our request and do things as we need on the other, like within Lucidya. As you've seen, we're monitoring, we are engaging with the client, we are fixing their issues in one place. And for the team leads who are looking at, wants to see what's happening, here you can see within the analytics, you can see the overview of what's happening within the system, filter it based on whatever time period you want. You can have sorted per status, per priority, and based on this time frame, you can start seeing what's happening and where the issues are happening per day and per status, agent's performance, and so on. Also, you can have it per team. You can also watch and see a breakdown over your whole items within based on SLAs. So are we achieving SLAs? Are our agents able to fix issues based on our setup service level agreements? And how are we doing that? Are we achieving or not? Is the agents are able to achieve the compliance rates that we are doing, or there are delays? And also here we have a breakdown per agent to see what's happening per agent. Here, if I did not select an agent, I will get data for everyone, what's the status they are pending on, and the average times and compliance rates, full breakdown for the agents. And for the last piece is the ticket templates that I told you to keep your mind on. So for example, we use this template. Let me show it to you directly here. So it's a customer-facing ticket that allows us to have the portal that I showed you here. If we have this template with the ability to see the portal, an external link, you will get access to this. This is the name. This is the description. Here you can add fields. Usually you will have these basic fields. You will not be able to change them. These are core ones. And here you can add whatever fields you want. And if you want to add extra, you can, so here we have other fields that are being created. I selected these to be selected. If I want to add any extra field to manage my operations, I can create it here. I have fields, description, I can make it mandatory or not, and I can select the type of data I want. For example, if I want to upload a file or something, here you have the file preview, and you click create. And also we have uploads. All right, so we have it and we can add it, but I will not add anything new now. So this is for the custom fields. Here, as if you've seen, I've updated the statuses. So here you can internally voucher being issued, but I can, for operational purposes, I can make the client like compensation is being processed. So make it simple and clear for them. Here we have the ticket assignment method based on the team that you've created. You can create this within the settings. You can select the type of assignment. If it's manual assignment, you can see all the teams assigned manually. If you want to do it automated, you can select, for example, this type of template, as we mentioned above, this flight disruptions. I want it always to be assigned, for example, for the Yasser's team, who's responsible for this, auto assign, balance, or round robin, just the way we disturb the tickets, and the set up the SLAs and add them here and save changes. So whenever we select these templates, this template, we always have set of operations that is related to this template and to related teams. This is the product in a nutshell. Hopefully it's straightforward and it connects the gap between social media monitoring, social media engagements, and social media and operations after social media engagements.
Amazing.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. I have a question for you, Yasser. So since we're talking about OmniServe as a unit, and I mean, I don't want my social media manager having access to client information. I want them to see what's on screen, monitor what's on screen, and tell me of any issues that are there. So in the ticketing system, or actually in OmniServe, when we look at the full flow, but focusing mostly on the ticketing system, how are the roles split? So how can I split the roles so everybody has the limited amount of information that they need to complete their task, but in a whole, we kind of generally get everything done?
All right, let me share my screen quickly just to make sure that we got this covered as well. Okay. So what we've introduced within Lucidya, we have the new breakdown of the teams. So if you come to the settings, you come to the teams, here you can see the product access. Mainly the two operational products within Lucidya are...
Sorry, I'm not seeing your screen. 1 second.
You're not seeing it yet?
No, I think it's off stage. So let me just, there we go. Perfect.
Oops. 1 second.
No worries.
Tell me when you can see it.
The settings of the OmniServe as well as the settings of ticketing system is very similar. But for our current users that already have OmniServe, it will be very easy to adapt to it. It's literally the same. So that's
exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect to see. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see here, we just introduced a new. Can you see my screen just to make sure?
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here we introduced a new column within the teams itself. You can add and separate teams based on the product. So OmniServe team and social media teams can have their own team. And for ticketing, you can set up your own teams. Like, for example, I have trip sales, Yasser teams, and sales only for ticketing, while we have other like Ali Test and Yusuf demo team, Islam team, and Zizo's team mainly for OmniServe. So this way you can separate your operations and you can have each specified permissions for each one.
Excellent. Perfect.
And definitely there is another level, Vanya, like even at the level of the user themselves, you can jump in within the, you go to the user and decide what type of access they have as well, and you can define which channels they can monitor
Oh,
and
nice.
play with. Yes.
This is great. Thank you for that.
The flexibility is amazing, to be honest. Yes.
Hind, do you have any particular question for Yasser?
I had a lot of questions, but he answered all of them while doing the demo. So absolutely, thank you so much, Yasser.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
Thank you so much. Again, the walkthrough, I think that made it all clear for the ticketing system. I know it did for me. And then thank you for answering my question. It connects the channels, the teams, the customers, everything in one workflow. So what we'll do now, since we don't have any more questions, but we'll let the audience ask a few questions here. So let me check on the Q&A. If you haven't posed your question yet, you can still have time to send it in. So let me check the Q&A and then we'll go from there. We have a couple questions here. So the first one: Does the SLA count based? Is the SLA count based on the status or sub-status of the ticket?
So for now, it's counting on the main status, just to make sure that uh, for now we have it straightforward, only time to complete. Once it's get resolved, that's it. And the other SLA is the unassigned time, how long it got uh, until it got assigned. We will be introducing the CSAT and the other SLAs in the upcoming stages, but mainly it's on the main status.
Perfect. Thank you. And we have a couple more questions. Can we integrate the ticketing system with another system like Jira?
Yeah, so this question we are getting it a lot from our user interviews and the questions here within master classes and the one previous. So at the moment, no, but we have it on the roadmap within the next 3 to 6 months, inshallah.
Perfect. And the last question here. So how does the system handle customer history? Meaning, so can the team refer back to the case history or previous interactions instead of asking the customer the same questions over and over again? So is it all linked and chained together?
Yeah, so at the moment we have the ability to go, as I showed you earlier, like you can check the OmniServe tickets, uh, sorry, any engagements related to the tickets, you can roll back to them, and you can see any related engagements, and you can see any related tickets on the engagements. So you can see it from both areas. You can see what's happening, any connections, and for example, there's a feature I forgot to speak about, which is the ability to connect and link tickets if they are related together. Maybe you have a problem that it's on a mass level, you can connect them together and you can handle them together.
Oh, so like a family of tickets. So let's say the family of tickets is connected to one flight which has been canceled and there's a lot of complaints about it. You can always link it back to that family. That's amazing.
Yep.
That's great.
That's great.
Yeah. One last question that just came in. So again, on the topic of integration. So I don't think that we'll ever get off the topic of integration. So is there any scope of integration with Zoho? I know that we're planning a lot of different integrations, but I think the API will resolve that. But correct me if I'm wrong, Yasser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so mainly the way that we are approaching it, mainly for now, we will introduce the APIs just to do some quick availability for everyone. Then we will start introducing connectors. So we have in mind Jira, Zoho, any other Sprinkler, any other ticketing system that we want to connect to create a connector with. We will do that, but first we are validating the need for that based on it.
Perfect. Excellent. So we'll keep everybody posted. We'll probably do another one or two master classes as we roll out more features, integrations, and everything else. And just to keep everybody in the loop. So we'll make sure to keep you updated. Again, thank you so much for joining today. Just before we wrap up today's session, I just have one more quick poll that I'd like you to participate in. So it's basically just to give us an idea of how well we did today. So based on what you saw today, how likely are you to recommend this masterclass to a colleague or a friend or a colleague in your field? So strongly, likely, or unlikely? Of course, you can always leave those notes for us, and we'll make sure that we improve as we go along. Again, thank you all for joining us today, and a special thank you to Hind and Yasser for their amazing input today. We wanted to give you a clear and quick view of how Lucidia's ticketing system can help turn customer complaints into clear, organized, and trackable cases from the first interaction to the final resolution. I think we did that today, no question. If you'd like to learn more about the new ticketing system and see how it can be applied in your organization, you can request a demo from our team. We'll make the link available shortly on your screens, so feel free. Or if you're a customer already, feel free to reach out to our customer success manager or your customer success manager. They'll be able to help you. And we're very happy you joined us today. And we look forward to seeing you in our next Lucidya Masterclass. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you
Have a good day.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
يعطيكم العافية جميعا.
Salam.